Camilla knocked Harry sideways. Sussex angry as Camilla takes on secret power behind throne. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, the late monarch's eldest son, Charles, took over the role of king. Camilla, whom the late queen wanted to be known as Queen Consort, supports her husband in his new role and, according to royal expert and author Katie Nicholl, is completely loyal to the newly appointed king. Speaking on a Palace Confidential special episode, Ms. Nicholl told host Joe Elvin of Camilla and Charles' real love story. She said, "She is absolutely devoted to him. They've been through thick and thin together." She added that she doesn't believe that Camilla ever set out with the intention of being queen. Ms. Nicholl said, "She will do her duty, she will support her husband, and I think she's brilliant for him. I think there is an element of being the secret power, as well, behind the throne. She does have the influence." Ms. Nicholl also spoke about Philip Bonham Carter, who was cameraman on the Jonathan Dimbleby interview. She said, paraphrasing Mr. Bonham Carter, he said, even back then, that he could see the influence Camilla had on Charles. Camilla married Charles in April 2005. Their wedding day took place almost 8 years after the tragic death of his first wife, and mother to his 2 sons, Princess Diana. Prior to her death, the Queen expressed her wish for Camilla to be given the title of Queen Consort rather than Princess. A royal welcome. King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla enjoyed their first joint engagement in Scotland since the official period of mourning for Queen Elizabeth II ended. The new monarch, 73, wore a green and blue tartan kilt for the event in the historic city of Dunfermline on Monday, October 3, while Camilla, 75, wore a matching green coat. After greeting Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, Charles shook hands with well-wishers as they lined the streets of Dunfermline to celebrate its official status as the newest city in Scotland. The metropolis, which is best known for being the birthplace of King Charles I, as well as the burial site of several famed Scottish kings like Robert the Bruce, was awarded city status during the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in June. There could be no more fitting way to mark my beloved mother's extraordinary life of service than by granting this honor to a place made famous by its own long and distinguished history, and by the indispensable role it has played in the life of our country, Charles said in a speech at Dunfermline's city chambers. We gather to celebrate this great occasion but also to commemorate the life of Her late Majesty, whose deep love for Scotland was one of the foundations of her life. The Queen died at her beloved Balmoral Castle on September 8 at the age of 96. Following her death, Charles and his siblings, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, and Prince William and Prince Harry walked behind her casket during a procession through the Scottish capital of Edinburgh. Her body was then transported to London and she was honoured with a state funeral on September 19, before being buried at St George's Chapel in Windsor. Great Britain was in an official state of mourning for 10 days following the Queen's death, but Charles extended the mourning period for the royal family for another week after her funeral. The sovereign has continued to honour his late mother in many of his speeches following his ascension to the throne. My mother's reign was unequalled in its duration, its dedication, and its devotion, Charles said in a speech during his ascension ceremony on September 10. Even as we grieve, we give thanks for this most faithful life. I am deeply aware of this great inheritance and of the duties and heavy responsibilities of sovereignty which have now passed to me.